Hi there. What is the first thought that crosses your mind when you wake up in the morning? Are you still craving that first cigarette of the day? Or have the mindfulness practices we taught you giving you the strength to say no? Even if you are smoking that cigarette in the morning, make sure you're smoking mindfully. And even better, if you are practicing the rain and body scan exercises to overcome your craving. That will make all the difference and keep you on the path to quitting cigarettes once and for all. Let's start our session with a mindfulness exercise to get your mind and body in sync.
Be aware of your breathing body. Take 3 deep breaths. Now, just observe for any sensation of pain, uneasiness, stress, any sensation that is bothering you. Now imagine that you are seeing that body part. For example, if you're feeling heaviness in your chest, then focus on your chest completely. Feel the heaviness. Now, just breathe it in and imagine the heaviness is melting and you have started feeling very good. The chest is clear and you are able to breathe fully. Now that the fresh, oxygen-rich blood has started traveling in your body, as it reaches every part, imagine that the part is feeling nourished and energetic. One by one, bring each part of the body in front of your mind's eye and imagine that it is feeling vitalized. Each cell is rejuvenated. Now, concentrate on your breath and take 5 breaths. Rub your palms and put them on your eyes. Slowly open your eyes.
As you come out of this practice, you must be feeling rejuvenated and calm. Today I'll tell you a story. There was once a lion's cub who grew up among the sheep, and he had no idea that he was actually a lion. One day, as he was roaming about in the jungle, he heard a roar and ran away to escape the lion. The lion chased him as he was among the sheep and asked him, "What are you doing here?" The younger lion was shivering in fear and pleaded the lion not to eat him. The lion took him to a river and showed him his reflection. The lion, who thought he was a sheep, looked at his reflection and realized that he was actually a lion all these years. He let out a loud roar to accept himself as one. Now, I want you to look into the mirror and think of 5 words to describe yourself. How do you look at yourself? You could say you are ambitious, funny, kind, or hardworking. Or you could also say you are temperamental, nervous, or lazy. Whatever it is, don't judge yourself while you say these words aloud. In the process of transforming yourself from a smoker to a non-smoker, the narrative you have about yourself is crucial. What is it that we tell ourselves about us? How much of that is true? And how can we transform that idea of self? Today, we want to introduce you to a key concept in our program, the idea of self-talk. Let's find out.
Tell me, what do you feel when you see this? Or this? How about this? And these? Whatever your answers were, one thing must be clear now. You can't trust your brain to always be objective. Why? Because you're telling your brain what to think based on your own experiences or conditioning. You're engaging in what is known as self-talk. What is self-talk? It is a constant churning of thoughts, most of which we are not even aware of. Like, how don't you know why you feel that disgust towards cockroaches, or why a baby's face immediately makes you smile? But don't worry, we're here to help you identify or recognize your own faulty self-talk. 1. All or nothing terms. Thinking in extremes. Everything from your view of yourself to your life experiences is seen in black or white terms. This leaves room for little, if any, grey area in between. 2. The second sign is should and must statements like, it is impossible for me to work unless I smoke a cigarette because I can't concentrate otherwise. If I am feeling stressed, then smoking a cigarette is the quick and easy way to reduce it. 3. Magnification is the third sign of faulty self-talk. It is exaggerating the importance of shortcomings and problems while minimizing the importance of desirable qualities. This applies to magnifying the satisfaction that cigarette gives and trivializing all the issues and problems generated by it. 4. Labeling is another kind of self-talk that involves making a judgment about yourself or someone else as a person, rather than seeing the behavior as something the person did that doesn't define them as an individual. For example, I am smoking for the last 25 years. I am a smoker now. I will live as a smoker and die as a smoker. Now that we have understood 4 key types of self-talk, let us see how mindfulness can help to correct this behavior. Mindfulness practices like RAIN and body scan will make you aware of your thought patterns and will help to accept the patterns. Then you need to investigate and replace them with healthy thought patterns. Let's take the most common example. You tell yourself that it is impossible for you to work unless you smoke a cigarette. One needs to be aware of these thoughts, and after accepting them, one can investigate that. For example, were there any times when you worked without smoking and worked very well? Then you will notice those incidents and realize the overgeneralization. Learn to identify the signs of negative self-talk so that you can reframe them and change your thought and behavior patterns.
Did it feel familiar? We all have done at least one, if not all, of the 4 kinds of self-talk. All or nothing thinking, should and must statements, magnification, and labeling, haven't we? When it comes to identifying yourself as a smoker, since you've done it for so long, it's difficult to step away from it. But ample research is available to show that by practicing body scan and RAIN, you will be able to gradually reframe your negative self-talk and transform yourself to a non-smoker. Remember, you were not born as a smoker, that it was an identity that was formed over time, and you have the power to change it. I'm sure there have been times when you have handled stressful situations or performed very well without a cigarette. Think of how it made you feel and make that memory stronger by visualizing it in detail. The more you think about that time, the more it will make you confident of living life without cigarettes. Now we've reached the end of this session. For the next 7 days, practice the body scan exercise for 12 to 15 minutes daily to keep going strong on this path of a smoke-free life. Face the cravings by applying the RAIN technique, and if you have to smoke, remember to smoke each cigarette mindfully. Even if there are days when you don't feel like it, try at least one exercise every morning or before you go to sleep. Keep track of these exercises in your progress card. And remember to take your dose of natural tablets twice a day. This will detoxify the nicotine residue, restore the health of your lungs, and help you breathe better. If you need any assistance or have queries, you can schedule a call with the Smotech counselors through our website and connect with us on our Facebook community page. Until then, stay aware, stay on track. I will see you next week.